My beautiful stars, reading time. We're going to do a you versus them, but I just want to get these first just to confirm your current connection. All right. Current connection. All right. So you could really resonate with being in a mirrored connection. Hopefully it's not a broken... Oh, God. Okay. Paradise, mirror, but sunglasses. I just want one more for paradise. Okay, so it's not... The reason I wanted to confirm paradise, when I saw that, I thought that maybe this collective, you could really actually be with this person right now. It could really be blossoming, but then you got the Cupid's arrow, so it's in the background at the moment. But have faith, love is coming, surprise, invitation, meeting, or hesitation right now. Makes sense with these sunglasses. This sunglasses is about, you know, watching, looking, stalk. I was about to say stalk liking. I say that sometimes. Gaslighting. Someone really watching in from the background. So I feel, especially with this mirrored energy, I always say mirrored connections, if you aren't healed people or self-aware people coming into a connection where you haven't really started your transformation journey, they can be highly triggering because they really reflect our trigger points. They really activate those things that are meant to reflect to us what we need to heal and overcome. So mirroring each other's self-image, relationship, reflecting each other's wounds, introspection. So your current connection for the right collective, this has clearly made you go within and really start reevaluating what's really going on with this person on your mind. For you to have once upon a time felt that this was your happiness, your joy, your paradise, but aligned in a broken state, this would have been quite an up and down connection when it came to your communication styles. And it really does show until people really start going into self-development and become aware of their trigger points. We can be so blinded by the red flags that are presented to us when we have that highly magnetic attractional pull to someone. We can excuse so much. So there's a reason I'm saying that for this collective. Happiness, expansion, joy, oneness, enjoying each other. And I'm not saying you didn't enjoy each other. That's the thing with mirrored connections. It really is that kind of feeling of that love at first sight, moving very quickly, 0 to 100, living in each other's pockets. It's not that the magnetic pull isn't there. It's not that the feeling isn't there. It's how you guys communicate when you're facing challenges and conflicts. It can be a little bit alarming, but clearly this person, unless it's you, unless it's this main collective, you've been maybe checking this person's profile, really looking in on the sidelines, trying to see where they are in life. It could be both of you, especially having this mirror here. Okay, so it activated your codependence, you're chasing. So maybe you're a collective that really resonates with having a bit of abandonment trauma or a little bit of an anxious attachment style when someone pulls away. And I actually find people that really struggle with this anxious attachment style, when someone's there obsessing and making you feel like they're your number one and you guys are actually quite comfortable. But as soon as they start pulling away, as soon as the communication starts to go a bit awry, like you guys just notice every little detail of difference. And there's a reason I'm saying this for this collective. I think when you first aligned with this person, you were more secure in the connection. There wasn't this kind of energy embodied until they started pulling away. Chase a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment. I feel that's this collective, but let's get one more for Chaser. Yeah, I think you've always really wanted to align and converse more and kind of solve what's been done here. But it reminds me of, it's coming to my mind, maybe through your time apart, if this person has popped up in your life again, even if it's just through texts or phone calls, you were always very quick to rush to see this person. When are you going to see me? When are you going to come and see me? When are we going to... It's like, even if it was just something simple like a hey, how I... like a true little breadcrumb, it's like you were still trying to, I don't want to say force the situation, but you were definitely trying to control the situation and feel that every time this person popped up, it meant you were going to realign in union instead of just really taking it, like taking the situation for fact. If you've gone through a separation with someone and it's been a painful separation, and then they just pop up and say, hey, or they add you again, and you're trying to just literally go from a broken kind of 10 of swords straight back to a 10 of cups, it's never going to work. It's the reason that came to my mind. Don't make it fit. All right, let's confirm these and then we'll break it down. Wow. This is your current connection. So it's not what you think is, this is like the current energy here, right? What you guys have faced or gone through. But you've got passion. So this is about insane chemistry, liking each other equally underneath this Cupid's arrow. I want one more for that. Wow. This could, I keep looking at that purple deck. I feel this is going to be a movement reading. You just got the dragonfly. This is about finding things out, especially with this Cupid's arrow. I just heard not so secret admirer. If it's this person looking in, they clearly still have feelings here. Hold on a second. I wanted to, that's too many, but yes, luck is on your side. I wanted to do a you versus them, but this feels like a double confirmation. So it's them spying. Someone's got their eye on you. They're doing more research. Okay, there is a reason I say everything. And the right collective, that deviation, and this is what I mean about discernment, and I'm not that reader, take what fits and leave the rest. That's why I do. Me personally, I don't think that's really a good way to do collective readings. That's just my universal truth. But that deviation where my mind was just like, for the right collective, don't make this detail fit. I feel every time this person's popped up, you've really tried to force the situation without letting this person lead the way. Okay, so if this has been the case, when every time this person's popped up, you've really been trying to push to see them, break the cycle. Because I always say, especially if it's a true mirrored connection, a true divine connection, you guys get stuck on certain layers to really show us our self-worth. And until you break that layer, you're not getting to the next layer. So this is an important detail. Spy. Wow. So this has been a few months that you've been waiting for this. Another important detail. This didn't just happen a week ago, or this has been at least minimum 3 months here. But good things come to those who wait. So again, they're confirming patience. And this could even take a few months. Just because this person pops up, don't have that expectation. We're coming back into union, especially if you were a broken mirrored connection. You need to really see if your mirror is starting to get put back together again, or if this is just still very highly triggering. But I will break it all down. Oh! Earth. So you could be an earth sign, they could be, but grounding. Pentacles is grounding. You could have potential to ground this, but it's funny. in tarot, Pentacles is years, right? So either this has been kind of on cycle for a long time, maybe even a year or more, but also this is going to take some time to ground, so it cannot be rushed. Spy. Okay, so bit of caution around them. They're finding double confirmation about the information they're finding out more information, but don't overwork yourself. This person's clearly an over processor, an over analyzer, and I always say it's not healthy to look in the background, especially if you know this person is someone that can assume a lot, right? So they can get into that Eight of Swords, they can start creating scenarios that aren't even happening. Clearly this person looking in at you right now, there's something triggering them. Okay, so for them to be able to look in, it means you have a social media presence, and I feel this person gets triggered with your social media. Okay, I'm gonna have to anyway, let's just get these last two. There it is. So they're coming in with communication. They're not coming in with confession. So I always say there's a difference with confession and communicate. So you've been waiting a long time for this, but have patience with this communication, right? It's coming to my mind. If you are in a female vessel, right? And this person is in a male vessel, and in your past you really struggled with that alpha role. Maybe you're someone that, and this is coming to my mind for a reason for this collective, so this is clearly a male and female connection, it's not a same-sex connection. So if you were someone in the past, and this can be very relevant in same-sex connections too. I'm not saying that it's not, but just that it's coming to my mind specifically. We have feminine, masculine within us. This journey, especially healing your mirror within, is to really find balance in that. But let's just say this collective, this person doesn't maybe do the best sitting in the feminine role in the connection. They like to feel more in charge, right? So they like to sit in the alpha role in this connection. But in the past, especially if you were someone that can be quite forceful, maybe you sat in more of that domineering role in your previous cycle, and it clearly wasn't working in your connection. It was creating too much friction, right? This is another reason you have to let this person lead the way. If you were someone in life, you've always ended up kind of taking that authoritarian role in a connection, and you were at the point in your life, you want to be able to sit in your Empress glow. You want to feel like you are being protected and provided for. You need to hold the reins back a little bit, okay? And I'm not saying in some connections the female vessel actually thrives in the dominant role, but clearly this there's a reason it's coming to my mind. So another reason, you don't want to force communication. You don't want to force to see this person. You've got to kind of let them lead the way and be patient. Okay, there's a reason that's coming to my mind. It's funny because sexuality is at the bottom. So this could be same sex, but just that like the way it came through, but it could be, I guess it could be as well. But you just need to know what role kind of you and this person will flourish and make your connection thrive in. Right, collective, that'll make sense. But compromise, forgive, work it out. Ooh, that wanted to come out as well. Wow. So as you're watching this, even though we've got this around you, I think you have had moments, both of you, I'm going to say both of you, especially because this mirror's here and because this person's doing so much research right now, they could think you've moved on. They could think you've shut the door on this, and vice versa. Okay, that you're emotionally unavailable, that maybe this is a waste of time. So this is probably why they're coming in more of a gentle approach. But I do want to break this person down and their intention, and let's really see if there's enough healing happened here where this can actually start to flourish, or if you guys are just going to repeat another cycle of pain. So this isn't bad. But the biggest thing I'm hearing for this collective, without even needing confirmation, this cannot be rushed. Okay. All right, let's just finish these. And then I just want to quickly break down your perspective, and then we will really see this person, their intention, their feelings, and we'll roll a dice and see tarot what's actually coming next with this point of communication. Holy moly. So they really have had their cards close to their chest, but so have you. This has been under mirror. So you guys, even though you may not be physically chasing anymore, maybe energetically, you both are kind of chasing here. You're both thinking about each other quite a bit. Underneath mirror, so what you're reflecting, I think you both have wanted to take a risk on each other, but this is also a card of strategy and being strategic. So even though it's this person looking in, I think you've had times yourself where you've peered in on their socials or whatever it may be, but you're not silly, and neither is this person. When you guys are in more of a clear state, I think you're both overthinkers, but you know this is a gamble. Like, I think when you're uneasy and you're missing them and you're longing them for them, or maybe you've transitioned out of this, like you've just wanted them back in your life. But right now, I think you both have got your feelers on a bit more than you have in the past. Like, you're not sitting in just this illusion anymore that everything can just work out with one message. Where in the past, I really think this collective was. Okay. Sunglasses. I can't believe you got a double confirmation on this. So that's an important detail. This right collective, you've had moments saying to yourself, are they looking in on me? You could, if they're spying, I can't see it would be on their actual profile. Maybe it is. Wow. So they do like you. They like you. Romance is blooming, but they're wanting to have fun, flirt and date. So I think maybe you know this person is more of a kind of happy-go-lucky personality trait, kind of live in the now. They're not that avid planner. When they're not triggered and their arm is not up, maybe this person just presents very positive and optimistic, quite childlike. Okay. This is good. So you guys are ascending. I think everything I've said for this collective, again, as a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I'm here to confirm it. I think you really have ascended from that layer that you guys were stuck on, but maybe you haven't had the love test to see your strength right now, because you just got ascending. So transcending obstacles, learning new phase, preparing for union. I know that's come over them, but if they're transcending obstacles, this collective, you would be transcending obstacles too, especially if it's mirrored. You don't have to be in the same room as someone to be going through a soul evolution. That's what your magical threads are for. So if this person's ascending and learning, and you would be too. But closure on its way. Receiving what you need, progression arriving. Through all the boundaries, the anger, the frustration, and this is what you're sailing on from. So the anger, and this must be a while, this connection, for you to be moving on from this kind of not dealing, hurt, avoiding the conversation, boundaries, angry. This is what you've got the sailing boat over. So you both have had time to really reflect deeply on this whole situation. Okay, and that really confirms too. Remember I said it's like this collective, you really were just trying to see this person, even though there was betrayal, even though there was backstab. It's like, I don't think this collective, you've ever really spoken about the cause of all of this destruction. You just wanted to fix it. It's like you wanted to fix it without even a solid, clear conversation. And that's sad, because that means it really was coming from your abandonment, your codependence. You weren't seeing yourself. You weren't seeing your worth. You weren't understanding this person betrayed you. They broke your heart. They walked away in a shocking way. There was deception here. You would have been one of my collectives. Every time you heard from this person, hey, how are you? It completely destroyed your soul. And that was you wearing a mask, because you would have felt the pain as their name popped up, the accelerating heart, the getting nervous, your heart going from here to bloody China, and you still would silence yourself. You would present this mask of so nonchalant where inside you were a mess. So no wonder you were being reflected back a mask from them, because you guys are mirrored. I always say you have to be transparent, you have to be honest. As long as it's in a kind, tactful, constructive way. You should never sacrifice your emotion for the benefit of someone else, because that means you care more about them than what your soul is feeling. People that don't allow for spontaneous expression, and you write and you rewrite, should I send that? How will they take that? Then you care more about them than yourself. Just remember that. Okay. Let's get into it. So first, I just want to quickly confirm, you guys. So funny, I got this. So you know how I got those other emotion cards the other day? I ended up ordering another deck on the same day, because they both were calling to me, right? And they're like exactly the same, but these are just, remember these ones I've been using? But these have got the longer blurb. These are just a little bit more, let's have a decisions. It's decisions at the bottom. Let's just quickly, I just want to see you guys emotionally, then I want to just see your perspective, and then we'll break them all down. Okay, that's way too many. Let's just get... Just two more, please. Yeah, makes sense. So you're confused about their sneakiness. How can you feel satisfied when you think someone's being sneaky? So intuitively, and I always talk about projection and signs and... So right now in your soul, the right collective, you're focusing on kind of that fox behavior. You can feel there's sneakiness around your energy. So you're either thinking that this person's looking in, or whatever the case is, you're definitely going over their behavior that was quite masked and indifferent, but remember, mirrored, right? You're mirrored. So in yourself, and I always say, the harder the lesson to see, the bigger the lesson learned. You yourself are being sneaky. You yourself are masking your emotion. So even though in your mind you might have thought you were doing it 1% from, you know, a very pure place of unconditional love and compassion in your heart, you were being reflected that back by them. But in their mind, that was their defense mechanism. I always say I'm a shadow worker. So when I do personal readings, I will tap into your energy blocks. I always talk about the things that, you know, are bound to us from 3-4 years old. I call it our defense system. It's our armor. It's when our soul's getting triggered in vulnerabilities, and unfortunately we don't know the, you know, best way to deal with those emotions. So what's been programmed in us from a young age comes up in defense, right? So you think by you being compassionate, unconditional love and your sneakiness actually came from your abandonment trauma, your codependence. You just thought kindness would get this person back in your life, even though there was so much damage done, right? So you probably put a label on it. In your mind, you thought it was because of your label. No, it's because of your trauma. This person, when their armor goes up, when they're vulnerable, right? So they rejection trauma, maybe they really struggle with honesty. Maybe they grew up in a household where their honesty got them in trouble, or they never felt heard in their honesty. So they learnt from a young age they had to fib and hide things, right? So coming towards you, you make them vulnerable, you make them uneasy, so their mask goes up. I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to come in nonchalant. I'm going to come in very kind of breadcrumby, kind of that avoidant kind of energy, right? So you both had your sneaky ways, but in your own right. Okay. Right now, when you think about this person, you feel confused. You don't know where they are at, and I guarantee you they don't know where you are at. It's that door energy. But there's moments you question, does this person really make me feel satisfied? Or is this just my trauma? Is this the lack of closure? Is it because I put a label on it and I shouldn't have put a label on it? I think you question if this person can still satisfy you. But sly, thinking they are clever, snake, devious, hiding things, deceitful, told you a lie, trying to trick you. It's just not the best outlook, especially when you both did it in your own right. Okay. All right, let's get your true perspective on this. Okay, so you can feel the action. 3, 2, 1 action, but storm. So you're not silly. You remember the chaos and the destruction that you guys faced. That's good. But mirroring this, you're onto it. So you got that in the first deck. You really are. You know that you mirror. So you're not blaming anymore. And like I said before, as a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I'm here to confirm it. So everything I've said, you've had moments or intuition of feeling the same thing, but maybe worded it different for yourself. Okay? Magic. This person could have really activated you, but your sixth sense is very highly alert right now. You could think they're extremely intuitive and, gifted. True mirrored connections, you both are. And if this is something you embody, they would embody it too. They might not practice it, but they could be a highly connected person energetically. But also when I see that card, I always, and I find this a lot in the divine community, you guys can really have moments of thinking there's people in the background interfering with you guys energetically through magic. Okay, there's the reason that came to my mind. But this is good, because even though you have this little bit of, is something about to come onto my doorstep with this person, you're trying to reevaluate. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to just focus on it, which is really good. So maybe you are trying to distract yourself from this emotion, but you reevaluate when you think like this. And this is why you're probably feeling confused. You're trying to shift your attention. You're sick of just focusing on, when's this person going to pop up? Chaos. Whoa. So this connection really did make you go through a dark night. It really did make you start healing your own mirror within, making you see yourself. And this is probably why you're questioning if this person can satisfy you. For a long time, you guys, as well, a reason you can really put yourself in that divine category is because it's the first person that's really transformed you emotionally and made you go deep within and reflect and create that spiritual awakening. But I always say anyone that spiritually awakens out of dormancy, so awakening at a later age in life, yes, I do agree that it can be created through divine separation, losing a child, it's that last bit of trauma that your soul cannot take. Anyone that goes through a spiritual awakening, you've had so many things happen to you in life. It's that last thing that just shatters you and makes your brain fuse out and you start to see the world differently. So I think for this collective, for a long time, you couldn't not believe that this was your person because of the soul transformation you went through. But now you're being a little bit more realistic and you're questioning the whole situation, not just with them, but with yourself. And again, I think this is why you think, does this even really satisfy me? Or has this become a habit? I always say 66 days to create a habit. So if every morning you've been waking up for however long thinking, this is your person, this is your twin flame divine, this is this, they're going to call it. That's what you've then now become. It's become a habit. It's become a habit to do the same thing, feel the same thing every day when it comes to this connection. So I just think you're being a lot more aware about the actual damage here. And back to that very first part, how I said, I think in the past you just were so blinded. You just wanted to see this person. Hey, how are you? When are you going to come and see me? Now you're starting to realize, I never want to go through this again. I never want to feel this kind of pain again. I want a love that soothes my nervous system, not accelerates my nervous system. I know no matter how much I've been healing, I always say healing doesn't mean you're going to be kumbaya and never feel emotion again. It's learning how to ride the wave of emotion, but it's also learning to be aware enough of who you should let at your table, that 9 of Cups. You've gone through such a painful cup journey, having to relieve and heal so much emotion, truth, celebrate, be proud of yourself, that you get to that 9 of Cups and you start to really understand yourself. You want to feel emotionally fulfilled, and you've lined these 9 cups behind you that you are so aware of who you're going to let at your table to sit from those cups, because you understand it was a very hard journey to line those cups up. And that's why it prepares you for your 10 of Cups, your wishes coming true, because you see yourself. So you are starting to realize, if someone doesn't align with my core values, my true needs in life, dependability, consistency, trust, whatever your core things are, it'll never work. No matter how much I'm healing, I can't be blinded by the magnetic pull. I need to go slow and steady to see if this is someone I can really build a foundation with. I always say love bubble lasts for about 3 to 6 months, and you guys just have this natural compromise because you're in that whirlwind of love. You're blinded by each other. But from the moment you meet someone, you get signs that they do or they don't align with you. You find those trigger points straight away. But when you're blinded in your love bubble, you really ignore them. But it's when that love bubble pops or just starts to, you guys start to get comfortable, this is when you can really see, can I build a foundation with this person? Because this is when this starts to come full force. And this is when you start to realize, do we have the communication styles? Do they soothe my vulnerabilities, or do they hold my vulnerabilities against me? Do we know how to get through challenges? Do we know how to build a foundation and find solutions through challenges? Or do our challenges accelerate to conflict? Is there compromise? Is it the same thing that keeps coming up over and over again? Because those connections, you're destined for it to run its duration. Even if it might take 5-10 years, it's not going to be a life partner if you're already coming through barriers within the first year. Okay, the reason this is coming to my mind for this collective, it's not that you don't want to keep growing in life, but you never want to align yourself in a heart space that can do this to you again. Not just this person, anyone. You'd be very on top of this at the moment. You've probably had a moment saying, I just want to be single. There it is. Every deck spying. You're not silly. Trust it. Every deck. So you know this person's on your socials right now. But I'm not going to say this is the mirroring. Just the theme of all of this, it's the karmic energy. It's the triggers, right? So, and you're not just blaming them either. You're reflecting, because this is underneath mirror. And I kept going back and forth. Is it you spying or them spying? I wouldn't be surprised if you're both having a little bit of a pry right now, but you have definitely done this yourself. So you have definitely checked in on their socials as well. Don't make it fit. But there you are. You really are finding your divine feminine balance. Okay, you literally, these two together, because I always say she's my high priestess, my oracle, with magic. You are one magical being. You're a little witchy poo, or you're a psychic medium, you're a healer, you work with energy of some sort. Okay, this really did help you tap into your birthright, this collective. That's beautiful. Which means this person's very powerful. It's a true mirrored connection. They're very powerful, just like you. Of course, I think you have moments of missing them. They've become a habit in your mind. But again, you're just a lot more aware of your energy. All right, let's break this person down. Let's see how this goes. I always say, I know you've got movement, but clarity readings can really go either way. All right, first let's see their emotion, how they're feeling. And I want to see how they're viewing you, their intention. Let's see how that goes. And I might even, before we get what's coming from the universe, I might see the perspective from the universe on your connection, just in general. They're worried. So they know about the deception, this person. Worried, anxious, uneasy, concerned, troubled, very bothered, apprehensive, on the edge, and burdened right now. So they're sacral, they're going through waiting, maybe how long you've been waiting. But that's them waiting too, they're spying. They're literally on the sidelines. And remember I said in that the spying with the caution, this person really does worry themselves with unnecessary things. They create things in their mind, waiting for change, waiting for you, pause. They could have been waiting for you to reach out, especially if you've really put yourself in the category of the chaser. It's like this person just thought you would come back through without them having to really own what they've done here. But hoping for contact, but holding back, trying to be patient, waiting for the right time. Oh God, definitely got an overthinker here. They could be very sensitive, especially with the deviation. If you took more of that dominant role we were talking about, maybe they really do shine. Like if you remember them being more sensitive than you, okay. Addicted, obsessed. Obsessed, unhealthy interests, allowing power over you, adrenaline rush, getting high, dependent. Oh my, look at the colors here. Their bottom half is really needing clearing. They've got fear over this. They've got their trauma gets activated because of this connection, what true mirrored connections do. They could be fighting addiction, substance issues, but this is their feelings when they think of you. So they really are obsessed. This is why they're spying on you. It's not healthy. Not healthy at all. I have to say, just side note, out of these two emotional decks, I like this one better. I'm not going to lie, I think this one's about 3 or even 4 times the price of that one, but it just is a lot more smooth. I find that one's got a very long description of what the emotion is, where this is just points, and it's a very good shuffling card. Very good. All right, let's just get one more, because they're very heavy. So when there's nothing there's nothing positive. These are very heavy. So this kind of heavy emotion, no wonder they come up with their defense with you. Like there's... That's... Oh, you did get connected, but trying to be practical. I think this person's very scared of what emotion can do to them. And it's funny because this collective, you're starting to really reflect. There's a reason I said, you've probably said that you just want to be single. I think you're really picking up on this person. They're ignoring their inner voice. They're trying to do what makes sense. Not letting dreams take hold. They're trying to be realistic. I want one more for practical. Oh, but hopeful. These are nice. These are nice. But then as soon as their practical overthinking mind comes in, this is why they're doing so much research, that happens. So where they have hope, then they start getting very detailed of why maybe this won't flourish. And I think it takes the hope away. Optimistic, hopeful to get what they want, confident, reassured, feeling upbeat. But then that really, wow. I think this person's still a little bit all over the place internally. All right, let's see how they feel towards you. I actually want to get my universal, the divine truth cards. These are really good cards too. Divine truth, spiritual infusion, will 1111. Spiritual infusion, they're really good. And she is also the author, you know, my neon deck, the tarot one that has the twin flame union card. She's the author of that, and also these message cards that we do sometimes. Okay. What's this person feeling towards this collective? Oh, they've got butterflies, so you make them nervous. I think this is what sometimes stops them from hitting send too, just how much you can still bring up some very intense emotion in them. But advice. So you're getting advice from someone right now on how to move forward. I've been asking my friends for advice on how to handle this situation with you. It's funny because I'm seeing myself in a reading I did a few days ago when this came out. I don't think they're talking to a large group of people about you. It would be lucky to be one person, but in that reading, I felt more therapy. I don't think this person's going through therapy, but it could be someone that you might not even know. It could be a work colleague. It could be someone a little bit more mature. It could be a friend that knew both of you when you were together as well, though. I just heard that very specifically. Like maybe a childhood friend of theirs. But fragmentation, this is good. Until we make our shadows conscious, so they know they need to work on things, that's good. We will still continue to hurt others, so they don't want to hurt you. They know, just like you, like they're not silly. They know that you both embody some things that can be highly triggering, and they probably question if them or even you, if you have both overcome this enough to really realign again. Oh, every deck. My angels, we've had, 5 decks? This person is on top of you. Every single deck. It's come out. Watching. Checking on your social media has become a new daily habit of theirs. If this person has been watching you on burners, this collective, maybe that's their first move to kind of add you on socials, but you've got to kind of... It's hard, and I say this is why collectives can be confusing. You all have different armors, you all have different ways of approaching situations. Normally when I see things like this or feel things like this, I tell you guys to stay clear. But I don't think this person has... I don't think you guys have spoken to each other for a long time. Watch the whole thing. It's not like this person just plays games with you. I feel this person has literally kind of out of sight, out of mind. Wouldn't surprise me if they kind of blocked you and just kind of put you in the too hard basket. They get very, very intimidated by you and your energy, and that's still not healthy. I'm not trying to excuse it at all. But if this is something that this collective, I can't see this person. You got communicate, yes, but I just can't see them coming in with all these grand words. You make them too nervous, which is hard because I said at the start, you guys you have an issue with where your energy sat in the past, the yin and yang. And if this person wants to sit in that yang energy, that masculine energy, watching on the background and being highly sensitive, and they're never going to take that role. It's like this collective, you still have too much, you would still end up taking that yang role in this connection. It's a hard one. It's kind of a 50-50 on your end if you're even ready to open that door again, because I just don't think this person has the right confidence to come through the way they're meant to come through. It's what I'm trying to say. I'm not feeling a game player. I'm feeling a broken soul. So it's not like they're intentionally coming in to play games with you. It's just they're broken still. So it's kind of, is it worth it? They know they need to step outside of their comfort zone, which freaks them out. I'm releasing fears and stepping out of my comfort zone to come closer to you. Going through a spiritual detox. That's not bad. Those two together. Releasing negative thoughts and people. Major spiritual awakening, a cleanse and a rebirth. That's good. If they can do that, that's a big step for them. All right, butterflies. Oh, but you got it too. You both got confused. The nervousness freaks them out. It confuses them. Oh God, I just felt that through my body. I don't know whether I just want to be friends or lovers. Am I even ready for this relationship? So they give themselves... And you're going through that too, the right collective. Watch the whole thing. You're going through that as well. Advice. Oh, so they're getting advice to do something special for you. Life is full of surprises, and I have something special planned just for you. And maybe that's part of the advice, that they can't control the situation. What's meant to be will be. If it's burdening them that much and they're speaking to someone that's quite mature when it comes, you know, and has had a lot of life lessons in love, and they can see that your person's fixating, they'd be saying either way, you should probably clear this out of your chest. Whatever's meant to be will be. Right, collective, that'll make sense. I think that's probably what ends up getting this person out of their comfort zone and just taking the leap of faith. And this is probably, as I keep going back to that communicate card, I just think this person might be more than a hey, how are you? There might be a bit of a message there, but it's not going to be too deep. So they know. I know you were tired of hearing my excuses, my all talk and no action. The parrot man. But this is what they're going over. And this is probably why they're questioning, am I ready to actually go all in with this? They could have some things going on in their life as well, which creates fear. Watching you. Pair of Weird, that's my favorite card. So they love what they see when they watch. Oh, wow. So they're transforming by watching you. That's a very good pairing. Whatever they're seeing from you on socials, you're transforming their soul. I'm making a conscious choice to transform into my highest self to be with you. So you and true divines, there's something that you would just present very balanced in whatever they can see. You could speak about this stuff. There's something that they see from you that's helping them transform right now. That's magical. All right, comfort zone, spiritual detox. I think that's the key to get this all done. So let's see what confirms it. Oh, you got 2. Okay. They could be comparing. They see you get a lot of attention. They love the way you carry yourself and your confidence. So they know they need confidence. But I think this is a trigger point. It makes them emotional. Wear all the masks. This person, you'd have memories of them being quite jealous and claiming over you. And in the past, because social media is such a big point, even with your time away. So you guys would have had grievances about your social media in your actual connection. Because I always say things repeat. And there's something about they create 8 of swords. So if this person used to always kind of harp up about your socials in the past, it's, I think, been even worse through this separation. But they're starting to overcome it. But I do think it's a trigger point. And that's something they need to heal. I always say anyone that, you know, especially for someone you say that you love and you question who they follow or you don't like what they post, or like, that is coming from a place of lack of worthiness, and that is you don't trust the person you're choosing to have by your side. That's your choice. That's caging, and that's it's unhealthy. I don't believe any relationship should have that. It's literally coming from a place of a lack of worth. You think by them liking another photo or this or that, they're just going to fall for someone. And then people excuse that as, no, it's disrespectful. They're with me. They shouldn't look at anyone else. Says who? We're humans. Just because someone looks or likes a photo, it just shouldn't. I just don't agree with that kind of behavior. It's toxic. Okay, so if this was a lesson that this person and you went through in the past, this has been a very hard lesson for them to overcome. And again, that starts from not seeing yourself within. But they're going through so many emotions, having to bring down all of the masks that they've created. All right, let's see this person's true intention. Let's see how this goes. All right, so what's their true intention right now? Taurus at the bottom. They could be a Taurus, you could be. Wow, so they are going over the time, the waiting. 9, coming into the end of a cycle. I've been trying to be patient. I want to return to you. I want you to return to me. Being apart from you feels like eternity. Why am I actually staring at those hair rollers? Maybe you've just started doing your hair like that. Or they've got memories with you in your hair like that. Okay, 19th of the 9th. As a birthday, 19th of September, write that date down, and 919, you could be seeing that a lot. Or it could be an important, memory that you shared with this person. I know I'm settling if I'm not with you, but I feel stuck because I'm afraid of change, stepping outside of their comfort zone. I'm used to what I have, even if that's not enough for me, but I'm working on feeling deserving of you. This is a lot about, I always say karmic is not just being in love, but there's clearly karmic interferences, let it be family, friends. There's a reason I got really iffy with the advice and friends. I just think there could be a few opinions. You've got to remember they're about to remove toxic people out of their life, that spiritual detox. So the right collective, you would know about some of the karmic interference in this person's life that keeps them stuck, that kind of enables their stuck behavior. Beautiful. This is just a little bit alarming. Past life connection, beautiful. They know this has been a while, but this is their true intention right now. So you can see they're not completely out of their comfort zone. They're so scared of what this may create in their environment. So I'm kind of sticking to what I said before. I don't think this person's coming in to declare anything. And this makes sense with why, and watch from the beginning. This cannot be rushed. This cannot be rushed to see each other. And if anything, you guys will be tested with your codependence. Abandonment triggers are going to come up again. Are you going to get highly annoyed if this isn't, a constant commute? Like, you're gonna have tests with these things to see if you've really healed that mirror. When I'm with you, I feel as if time just stops. It's you and me against the world. You feel like home to me. You understand me and I understand you. Time is ticking. Oh, beautiful. This is such a good card. They're going through a dark night just like you. So they're going through a dark night of the soul. 3rd of September. I'm fighting my demons and re-examining my actions. It is life-altering and also extremely painful. At times I fight against this change, but I know it must happen for me to evolve. So they're kind of on a crossroads with this. Okay, karmic partners. And I always say, if you're going, perfect, that's very good. Because we just had this whole thing, all of this behavior comes from a lack of self-love, and it creates trust issues in a connection. Every time I say things like that, people get so triggered, especially about the socials. But it's, sorry, I'm ripping off the Band-Aid. It's the truth. You don't see your greatness. You don't understand how amazing you are. And that's why you just think your person, that they're just going to replace you like that. It shows that you see this little of yourself. And this person, they're working on their self-love through this dark night, which is making them see through their comfortabilities. That's good. And this collective, you're really starting to reflect on your true value and stuff too. So again, you're mirroring in your own right. I've been working on my self-love, and I'm recognizing the issues that have been holding me back. I'm trying to heal myself by being more loving towards myself first. That's very beautiful. Never go anywhere far in a relationship with a lack of this. It's highly accusatory. It's highly claiming. You cage each other. It's just destined to get toxic and volatile. And this right collective, you'd know it, because this whole reading is about how you've been working on your broken mirror within. So that's good. So wanting to take the mask off now. That's nice. I am wearing a mask by appearing happy and serene in front of others, and I'm going to say you. When I'm alone, I think about you, and my true authentic self when I was with you. This past life love, that weirdos card. So they know that you guys, you definitely reflect each other. The one thing I was going to say, anyone that's going through a dark night of the soul, anyone that's coming into this energy, you don't want to rush to be with someone through one of the most pivotal points in their life. It's very overwhelming. Sometimes it can be depressive. It's just, it's a very, very, it's a painful, it's something you need to do alone. It's something you need to find the lessons and the answers alone. So right now in this very moment, this person's going through stuff, and this is why as well it cannot be rushed. I'm only here for advice, but I can't stress it enough for this collective. Okay, just quickly before we get tarot for you guys, I just want to get 5 cards from the universe and their perspective on your connection currently. Okay, so your 2 cards. So there's things about finances, there's things about structure, and I felt that when I was reading them. I just don't think they feel like they're where they need to be in life, okay? But this is also a card of prosperity and things being prosperous, and I do think that, I think you both have, especially if financial structure and finances was another thing that caused a bit of destruction in the past. I always say what caused destruction in the past needs to be healed, otherwise you're going to repeat it again. So the universe is really saying, yes, luck is on your side. Yes, this is something that will come in unexpectedly. Okay, there's good fortune around you both. A reward is coming. But you need to trust the things in the background you cannot see are actually something that's going to long-term, not short-term, long-term, create a strong foundation. 34 by itself, 20, I was about to say 26, but 2nd of the 6th, 6th of the 2nd. These could be important numbers, house numbers, car plate numbers. Oh, wow, this is good. Your judgment, a total transformation. Broken record. I'm going to say this. Any kind of connection, not just a mirrored connection. If someone chooses to heal and the other person doesn't, you're not getting anywhere. You both need to be on the same page. You both need to be on a healing journey. Otherwise, the person that is not healing, this person that's healing, because you guys all go through the phase of unconditional love, compassion, love and light. You just literally become a doormat, and you're constantly walking on eggshells, and then the littlest thing that shouldn't trigger you because you're repressing all this emotion, state of explosion. Clearly you both are going through a judgment period. Clearly you're both heeding the call right now. You can see how much you reflect. There is a renewal, a rebirth, clean slate, fundamental changes, a clear and purge from the past. So 11th of the 2nd, 11th of the 6th, and vice versa. From tears of sorrow to tears of joy. This collective, you have a huge thing, and it might sound irrelevant, about finances with you and your person. You guys could have potential to really be kind of that power couple when you guys come in. Look, you've got 3 cards here about wealth and finances, overflowing abundance, from tears of sorrow to tears of joy, emotional release of what doesn't serve you. And you got 34. So that's an important number for the right collective as well. Here it is. So it is coming. The messenger, the rider, messenger movement, message delivery, green light, full speed ahead. This is their perspective right now. So I think right now, let's not talk future potential. I do think right now you both still have things with your financial path that need to be focused on as well. Another reason not to just rush it, especially if you're a collective. When you're in love, everything goes out the window. Or you lavish your love on one person and bloody remove it from the rest. Those people that literally everything just goes awry when you're in a relationship. You could be the hardest worker and you get in a relationship, you start taking time off, or you guys have an argument, you have to take a day off work. It's like, there's a reason this is coming to my mind. This collective, it's not just future but current. There are things you're both needing to focus on financially. One more. Oh, you got the firefly, illumination, chemistry, magical connection. You're both someone exceptional, both of you. You've got something to achieve in this world. Self-discovery, soul spark, light codes, fire, creative spark. So you both have definitely gone through an activation. A healed mirror, there's no love like it. Watch from the beginning, otherwise that's not going to make sense. Balances you. It's a love that can be a lifetime. Just trust the universe here. All right, let's get a dice. Do I just get you one? This is going to be a long reading, sorry. I'm getting told to just get you a message from them, and then we'll get tarot. Just because I think they want to say so much more than they're actually going to say, and you just kind of, yeah, let's just see what they're really wanting to say right now. Oh, look at the caution here. It's not good when they come out. Everyone wants you, and I fear that you will. That is so true. I said that in this part. That's a big detail for this collective. Your socials, this person gets so triggered. They really feel like you could just, that's their own self-love they need to work on. Everyone wants you, and I feel that you'll find someone better than me before I'm ready to be the person you deserve. This is probably why they spy so much. I have toxic attachments to drugs and alcohol. And they got addicted in that other part. I use them to suppress the pain by not having you in my life. Oh, God. If they have really severe addictions, I always say it takes a good 2 years of sobriety to really come into an emotional balance. This makes sense with why they would be so numb with emotion. My life is empty without you in it. I regret pushing you away. I do want another chance. But this is probably where they get confused. I don't think this person thinks you would accept them if they opened up about this. Especially if they know their jealousy tore you apart in the past. Especially if they see that maybe you're sober or whatever the case. This is what makes them feel a lot of caution here. Love is a lesson that is worth learning for you. So they are learning from you. So slow but steady. One more. 2 more. My life is one big mess. and I'm working hard to fix it so I can be free. Please be. It confirms every part we've had. The dark night of the soul and the self-love and the karmic partners. I literally said, you don't want to be with someone while they're going through this. That's something they need to experience. So much emotional ignition when you're going through those kinds of things. So you guys have had a lot of chaos and destruction. The last moment you want to align is when there's all this high voltage within, because you're going to notice every little detail, right? These here make sense with what they're feeling right now, why it gets so confused and stuck, and like they're so hard on themselves. Okay, them watching your socials in every single deck we've got, they're learning from you. Okay, another confirmation. Do they feel a complete mess and agony not having you in their life? Yes, but every time they think of coming forward in a beautiful way, they think, I'm a mess. And if they already feel someone else is going to snap you up like that, it's like this person just doesn't think you'll accept them as the version they are, and that's sad, because it means they're not going to treat you right. Everything that broke you apart in the past, they are going to be claiming. They are going to be jealous. They're not going to trust you. You're just destined to repeat the same thing right now. This needs breathing room. Would you move in with me? Definitely don't do that, my angels. That was a huge detail at the start about just watch the whole reading. Would you move in with me? Let's wake up. And that for them, because they have such trust issues, that would be more of a claiming thing, believe it or not. One of the biggest things, the main focus for this collective is you need to be very slow moving with this. Yes, they want to wake up every morning, and yes, they want to do this, but... All right, so we're going to go this person's next action. Then we're going to see how you should really deal with this. Although I think we've kind of cleared it up. I just want to confirm. And then we will see what the... Should I get a dice? I know this is around you now, but how many weeks forward should I go? Let's see if it's just a lesson or... Okay, so the next 3 weeks. So let's just go your month ahead with this. This person's next action towards this collective. What's that with? Okay, so we've got the Devil, Queen of Swords, Three of Pentacles. They are going to come in very barriered. There's a reason we say everything, and remember I brought up the shadow. It's just that you make this person very vulnerable. I think they have this intention that they want to bring this into synergy again. Okay, and I see that card as a lot of active listening is needed. So they know that you guys need to have words exchanged, right? But whenever I see the Queen or King of Swords approaching love, because we're asking about love here, it's not the best. I feel they're great when it comes to action and structure and things to do with their path. But when it comes to love, a little bit detached, cold, and she is my truth seeker. So I feel this person needs to relay certain truths to you where I feel it's like they're going to deflect a little bit here. And I always say, her and my Queen of Pentacles, they know their boundaries. So with the Devil here as well, I think their armor be up over their heart, and maybe they're coming in quite sexually, or they're coming in with addictions, or, you know, coming in worrying about finances. And I'm just... I always say everything happens for a reason, and we kept bringing up this collective's layer, and I just feel a huge thing for this collective. You've always been the, hey, how are you? They're going to show you that the way this person's presenting isn't right, and that you deserve more. Do they have a nice intention? Yes. Is it going to come through what they intend it to come through? Nope. They're going to freak out in that very moment, and the armor's going to go up. But there's a lesson in this, to not fall short to that. You deserve more than that. One more. Yeah, they need to rebirth. They need to do different from this. King of deep down, he's so honorable. He's conquering. He is like, he rules the world, right? And they have the potential to do this with you. I don't think you're going to get this approach if you fall short to this. And it's not about being rude or volatile, or it's being constructive and planting a seed. From what we've been through, I deserve so much more than this. Okay, I always say if someone reaches out to you, you are like in their mind, right? It's not a time to just be like, when there's been damage. That's the time you plant that seed. Until they go through a really big wake-up call here and really tap into this strength, my advice, what's the point? I'm going to be honest. But let's see how you act. And you know what? I just heard this side note, because the big thing is about releasing toxic people. If you know this person has a fire sign connected to them that has caused a lot of burdens here, they could be coming on the back end of that, going through a bit of a destruction with a fire sign in their life, and then be lining towards you with even maybe certain truths that they have heard that may not be true. So trying to blame you for something that they have do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that came to me out of nowhere. I do think they need to tap into this energy themselves, embody this, but I do think that they could be coming. I want one more for that. Sorry. This person, because it came out in reverse. She doesn't do reverse, this author, but reverse, 6 of Wands in reverse, that's a card of narcissism. Someone that's vain, self-focused, conceited, not a good energy. So, and that confirms both. I don't think your person's a narcissist, but they're very self-focused, can be very kind of selfish with their approach, right? Because they're so worried about their own emotion. That's something they need to heal. But so they need to rebirth from that. But I do think that this person as well in their life, maybe not the nicest person, I'm going to be honest. All right, but let's see how you guys should approach this. Don't get stuck in your head. Don't take it personally. 9 of Swords, don't take this behavior. It's so funny. It's just come to my mind, and I don't think it's the same collective, but I did a reading on YouTube, and that energy, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. That was I actually had to cut that reading short. That energy I picked up was bad. But anyway, and I remember saying for that collective, don't take the behavior that you're being presented personally. It's got nothing to do with you, and you shouldn't mistake it for your own. Okay, it's part of this person's reaction to people in life. And this is what I say to you guys in personals and even collectives. It's so sad, because when I talk about see through their veil, see through their armor, don't take it personally. They don't just treat you this way. It's whoever makes them fit. This is what comes up. And you guys can take it so personally, instead of seeing it's coming from a place of trauma that needs to be healed. That's not my burden, and I'm not going to get overwhelmed by it. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I'm not going to be anxious and worried, and I'm just going to see it for fact. It's not time. Non-committal. Do not commit here. Okay, yes, you got a message. Who cares? It's not time for commitment, they're saying. Don't let curiosity get the best of you, and don't be impulsive with this. Find center in your emotion, and don't be pushing anything. And that's what I said at the start. It was such a big detail. It needs dedicated effort and consistency. And don't forget about, it's more, I think don't forget about your work path through this, because that's a huge focus for this collective. Watch the whole thing. But if there's not dedication, if there is not consistency, if there is not dependability, this will never work. And that's what you really need to start confirming to your soul. Until you see the consistency, you'll never trust this person. You'll never trust this person. You will literally, any little altered emotion, you're going to think they're going to run again. You need to see a lot of dedication. okay? Don't take their behavior personally. Do not be expecting commitment. Do not react on impulse either. Do not think this coming in means, oh, we're going to start again. Okay, it's not time. Focus on the consistency of this person, okay? And if there isn't consistency, don't let it get under your skin. It's your higher self showing you deserve more than this, okay? We say this. Emotion is not enough. Love is not enough in a connection. You need to truly be able to reflect each other's things and be able to work through them with vulnerability, clear, transparent, effective communication. If those tools are not in a connection, you are not going to last long term. Maybe a couple years. Lucky to have 5-10 years there. But you're just going to go through pain again. One more. Sun, that's my yes. Remember your 9 of Cups journey. We spoke about that at the start. Does this person deserve to be sipping out of your cup right now? You will get a sun, but not at the moment. I was going to do outcome. I don't think that's necessary. I think this is going to take months for you guys to really get back on the same page. Truly. Having someone consistent for a week doesn't mean that you've healed and you can trust them. That takes time, a lot of time. Just remember that. I'm just here for advice, though. I'm just here for advice. Okay. All right. So full moon energy. Next full moon, new moon energy as well, I guess. Completion. ISSBY. And then the love heart. Why did I heard that so specifically? Abyss. Isn't there a movie of that? Anyway, 5 cents. You could have just found 5 cents. 2000. And if you have been going through this with this person since 2020, you definitely need to take it slow here. Crescent moon. You could be born on a crescent moon. This person could be. You both could be. You will have a new beginning in love, but you just need to trust. That's my pink. Pink is the color of love. White is the color of new beginnings. Citrine. Could wear a citrine. You could have just bought one. Good luck, good fortune. Remember your abundance, not just externally, but internally. You are a pearl. Remember that. The world is your oyster. Pearls could be important. Or the name Pearl. Trust in the divine. Trust in the divine. What is meant for you will not pass you by. Purple candle wax. You could have a purple candle lit right now, or you could scry, or you could read candle wax. Work with fire. Important dates, memories, angel numbers. 20th of the 2nd, 20th of the 5th, 25th of the 2nd, 2nd of the 1st, 1st of the 2nd, 14 by itself, 14, 14, 14, 41, 14th of the 1st, 141, 17th of the 4th, 1st of the 5th, 5th of the 1st, 6th of the 1st, 1st of the 6th, 8th by itself, 6th of the 5th, 5th of the 6th. All right, my loves, I love you guys, and I hope you have a great day.